Hiring actual good appointment setters is one of the biggest inefficiency in the market right now. At least that's what I think. Because all of the time I see that everybody has 10, 15 appointment setters and they don't even book one meeting per day. How is that possible? It means that the appointment setters in the company, none of them are A players. And we need to change that quickly because in this video, I'll walk you through the exact appointment setter hiring process that I use for my business and my clients' businesses as well. Because to be able to book 3 to 5 appointments per day, you only need 2 appointment setters. You don't need more. There's less managing, there's less there's less chaos. It's just way easier if you find 2 A-player appointment setter than 20 not good appointment setter. I'm not gonna blame anyone. 20 not good appointment setter. So in this video, I talk about how to find them, how to interview them, and how to train and install them in your DMs. So the first thing is where to look for appointment setters, because this is probably the biggest question that you all have. The first website is onlinejobs.ph. Onlinejobs.ph is a website with full of Filipinos that are ready to work. They are really cheap because in the Philippines it's a really cheap place, so they are really cheap. You can pay them a 5% commission or maybe like 500 to $1,000 per month, and they will work for you 14 hours per day. I'm not even kidding. Those guys, they are really crazy. Like I had a Filipino once, and he was working like 14, 15 hours per day for me, and it was crazy. Like their work ethic is just out of this world. Um, I think it's about around $70 per month to be on that website. But once you create a post, you get like 50 to 100 applications in a day. So if you can't find an appointment setter there, I'll send you $100 instantly if you prove me that you couldn't find anyone. And the second is Facebook. Of course, Facebook, really big company. You go to the groups, you join groups, and you message people from the groups. So, for example, here's a Facebook group, high ticket SMMA/appointment setting and closing. So this means that in this group, there are high ticket appointment setters and closers. So if you go to the members of the group and you start messaging every single person from the top, let's say you message 40 people per day, I am 110% sure that you'll find at least one that is interested, you know, in the appointment setter position. Um, okay, but how you message these people? The way you message these people is really crucial because everybody's using these long texts like, "Hey, I'm looking for an appointment setter that can do this, that, this, that. This is the reward." Blah 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 blah. No, make it really straightforward and make it really simple because you don't want to confuse these people. So this is what I usually say. Hey, would you be interested in getting a proper training plus a guaranteed placement as an appointment setter? Out of 40, at least one is going to say yes. It's really simple. You just have to message them. You never know. And on onlinejobs.ph, like I said, you make an up, you create a really simple post because you want to get as many applications as possible. Because if you make a really complicated, post as well, you're not gonna get many applications. And if you post a really simple one, you get at least, like I say here, 67 replies from one post. And I'm sure that you can find at least one person out of that 60, 70 that fits your criteria and that fits the person that you want to work with. Here's an example for the onlinejobs.ph post. Hey, I'm looking for a person that can handle my lead generation and my appointment setting through Instagram DMs. 100 plus outreach messages per day, free training provided, commission-based salary, base pay is an option, 5 to 6 hours of work per day. If you're interested, send me a message and we'll move forward. Really simple, but still says enough that they know what they can get out of this position. The reason why we say base pay is an option is because everybody wants to have a fixed payment. a guaranteed payment every single month. So if they prove themselves that they are good enough when they're on a commission based salary, they're gonna be better when they have base pay. The reason why a lot of appointment setters leave the company for in most of the companies is because they don't see the long term vision and they are not being valued enough. And that's what I see all the time. Like, people look at appointment setters like rats. They don't care about them. Appointment setters are the people that get your money basically. They book the appointments for they do the dirty work for you. You need to value them. You need to give them bonuses. They need to see the end, the long term vision. You need to set their expectations right. If you just message them and say, yeah, you can start tomorrow, you give them some resources and they start, it's not gonna work. You need to show them that you care about them. You need to hop on calls every single day. You need to give them training. You need to give them bonuses. You need to tell them that they can become closers, they can become team managers, they can become CSMs. They need to see the long-term vision. And that's why they leave in a lot of cases, is because they don't see the long-term vision, and they feel like they're not being appreciated. And you need to change that. That's why you don't have good setters. Okay, once they reply to you, have a normal conversation with them and make an application site for them where you explain the whole appointment setter process, as well as a form where they have to fill in basic information about themselves and their previous experiences with lead generation / appointment setting, so you can see if they fit the criteria you need. The reason why we make a VSL like this, it's not a VSL, it's like an application form, is because it looks way more professional. They will look at you like a big boss. But if you just message them and say, yeah, let's hop on a call and we'll move forward, you're not gonna look like an authority in their eyes. But if you have a VSL kind of application, and you have interviews, you have trainings, you have training weeks, and all this stuff, they see that the company that they're gonna be working in is really professional, so they need to work their asses off and perform really well so they can stay in the company. And they'll stay long term because they see that it's a professional company. So what you need to do is set up a website like this, become a superstar appointment setter with clientacquisition.io, learn valuable skills, get paired with our customers, and change your life. And just put in a video where you explain the whole appointment setting process, like what's the work gonna be, how much can they get paid, I don't know, what's the daily routine, what's the KPIs, what are the benefits of being an appointment setter for your company. And then you need to have an apply button. So once the video set their expectations right for the position, they'll have to click on this apply button. And then they need to fill out this form. Full name, what is your Instagram, blah, 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 blah. And, just these normal questions like, why do you think you would be a perfect fit working for us? And the Loom video, tell me a little bit more about yourself, your work experience, and the reason why you would like to join us. Can you commit to work 5 to 6 days per week? You need to know this information because you're looking for serious people, serious setters, not just random people that are not taking this seriously. You need committed people, and you need people that are really, really, hungry to make this happen, because otherwise it's not going to happen. If they don't have commitment, they don't have the long-term vision, they don't see the benefit of working for you, they just leave after a month. Beginning, I used to be an appointment setter myself, and in my first month I didn't make a single dollar. But because I was committed and I felt like this is the thing that I need to do to be able to succeed long term, I need to learn appointment setting. And in my second month I made 1K. Only because I stayed, I didn't give up, I was committed. You need to look for the same people that are committed, and people that need this appointment setting experience to be able to succeed long term. If they sent in the application, select the people that you like to have an interview with, reach out to them and schedule a 20-minute call for a comfortable time, for the both of you. Okay, once the call is scheduled in, we need to figure out how to interview these people, because a lot of people fuck this up. I'm not even kidding. Interviewing has a really big part in hiring an appointment setter. So you need to see, because you need to see how they communicate and how motivated they are to start working for you. So this is the process that I use personally. First thing is introduce yourself to the applicant and thank that they assign time for you. You need to be really kind. You need to show careness even before they start working for you. You can say, "Hey, name, thanks for hopping on this call. Thank you for taking time out of your day to have this interview with me. I'm really excited. I'm Dominic. My company is Supreme Scaling, and we have blah 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 blah." So you just talk about yourself. You just appreciate that they hopped on this call with you. They take the time out of their day to have a chat with you. And then the questions. How does a normal week of yours look like? You need to know if they have time and and the capability to work for you. Why do you want to become an appointment setter? Why appointment setting in the first place? You need to figure out what motivates them to become an appointment setter. What are your goals in the future with this? Do you want to start a business? Do you just want to work remotely as an appointment setter, just messaging people? What are your goals? Okay, once the questions are done, we need the requirements. We need to explain them. What do you need from them? 6 hours availability for 5 days per week, 100 to 200 outreaches per day, a 3 to 5 minute end of the day report every single day. And you need them to be consistent, hardworking, committed, excellent communication, um, extremely time efficiency, and they need to be quick. You can say things like, we need communication because I know that in a company it only works if there's excellent communication. You can talk about problems, you can always improve. You need to you need to play with their emotions. You need to buy their emotions by being kind, by being careful. And then explain the training. It's one-on-one. They have free sources. It takes around 2 to 3 weeks. It's up to your training. This is my training. It's always one-on-one. It's free, and it takes around 2 to 3 weeks to dial somebody in. And then, last but not least, the payment. You work on a commission basis. When you prove yourself, base pay is also an option. So, like I said, in these questions, try to look really friendly. You need to sell this position to them based off of emotions. Set their expectations that they'll probably not make any money in the first couple of weeks due to the training phase. And this is why a lot of people leave. They don't tell their new setter that they're not going to make money in the first couple of weeks. They need to get trained. They need to get used to this environment. And if you don't clear that in the beginning, they'll leave before they can even start working properly. And also talk about how they get treated, and that in your company the environment is really important. Everybody is communicative and that everybody loves working, so the results that they can generate is way higher than in a company where nobody cares about them. It's really important, the environment of the company. If everybody loves working, then the results are going to be significantly better than in a company where they have to work. There's a huge difference between these two. Because if you want long-term team members, you need to sell them the vision that they can get promoted, that they can get a higher commission, that they can get a higher base pay. Talk about all the benefits that they can get from your company, so they have an actual reason to stay long term. You need to sell this vision. You need to sell these feelings to the appointment setter. Okay. How to train and install them in your own DMs. I would say this is probably the most important part. So everything that I'm going to talk about here, you need to listen to it very carefully. You need to have either a video course or a written course that you can give to your setters, because otherwise it's not going to work out. You need to provide them training. You cannot expect them to already be an A player setter. You need to make them an A player setter. They might have it in them. You need to get it out of them by giving them a proper training. What I usually do is, once the call is over and you hire them, give them access to a course or the video course or anything, and let them digest all the information for 2 days. Let them study the course, let them understand everything in the course for 2 days. After that 2 days is done, Make them a form, ask them specific questions about the course, so you can see how much they actually understood from it. And if they see that they lack in something, you can just hop on a call and explain it very clearly for them that this is this, this is that, and that is this. Of course, if they don't understand it, if they understand everything, then you can just go to the next step, which is the first week of training. In the first week, when you train them, it you need to have one-on-one calls every single day, every single day, one-on-one calls every single day for 7 days, and you need to make them understand what appointment setting actually is. You know, you can once this done, you can just put them on a social media and try them out. But before that, after the 7 days is over, make them the following 3 videos. They need to understand all of these videos. So the first video is your offer explained in the smallest details possible so they can talk about your offer in depth. An appointment setter is only gonna be good if they understand the smallest details of your offer. That's why a lot of people fail, is because they are really good at appointment setting. They just don't understand the client's offer properly. So you need to make a video about that. Your already working messaging process, it needs to be proven, not a new one. So to be able to hire an appointment setter, you need to do it yourself at first. You need to have a proven process that you can explain to them. You cannot just tell them to come up with a new one. It's not going to work. You need to give them an already working messaging process. So create a video about explaining how your current messaging process is looking like, the proven one. And the third one is a tracking process, so you can see their improvement every single day from day to day. Tracking process, there's not much to talk about it. How they can track their leads, their numbers, their closing rates, booking rates, reply rates, all those stuff. Send these videos to them, all of these 3 videos. Send it to them and let them digest it for one day, and make them a social media account on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, anybody that you feel like is comfortable for you. And for the next 7 days, let them send out 60 new messages per day. And again, hop on with them every single day to just check in. In the beginning, you need to show them a lot of attention. They need a lot of attention in the first couple of weeks. So that's how you need to hop on one-on-one calls every single day for like the next 14 days. So for the next 7 days, let them send out 60 new messages per day and hop on a call with them every single day, where you go through the conversations and you correct the things that they did wrong. That's the first 7 days. Once you start seeing improvement, you can reduce the number of calls to 1 call per 2 days or 1 call per 3 days. It's completely up to you. So instead of hopping on every single day, you can have 2 to 3 calls every single week. But that needs to stay. For every team member that you have, you need to have at least 2 calls per week, maybe on Monday and Friday. Because if you don't show attention towards your team members, they just leave, they just stop working. You need to have calls consistently, at least 2 times per week. This training phase ends when they can confidently get a 10 to 20% reply rate and book a couple of calls on their own. Because if they're not capable of booking a couple of meetings on their own and getting a 10 to 20% reply rate, you cannot give them your Instagram account. But as soon as they can do that and you feel like you want to try them out in real time on your Instagram account that has a lot of reasons to reach out to, then change your password and start the process. Give them your Instagram account. And if everything works out well, they start booking meetings regularly. You need to have daily contact with your setters, at least 2 calls per week. And on this call, you just figure out how to improve on the current numbers, the current statistics. So based on this video, go and find yourself 2 amazing appointment setters. This is exactly what I use for myself and my clients. And we are happily booking in 2 to 4 calls every single day with only 2 setters. And the only way you can do that is by finding the right ones. 99% of the business owners, they cannot find the right appointment setters. And that's why they fail. That's why they are just wasting time coaching them and they just leave the company. because they don't see the end vision, they don't get rewarded, they don't feel appreciated, they don't have enough attention. You need to fix those things. You need to fix those inefficiencies. Because of course you can find salaries everywhere in the world, but you need the inner circle. You need the better ones. You need the A players. That's how you can scale. So go check out my Instagram. I I upload a lot of free stuff every single day on my stories, and I talk about value every single day in my short form videos. And also check out my other content, my other long form videos. They're really valuable. Yesterday I posted a video how we leverage appointment setters to book 3 to 5 appointments every single day. So go check it out and see you in the next one.